Did
All right, so
that.
we'll go on. Oh, are we live?
We live?
That is the weird question to ask when y'all trying to go live. Is we live?
For real.
Y'all should know if y'all live or not. Y'all know that, right?
Hey, everybody. This is Big
One second,
Keela.
Key, 1 second.
Did you start it on the laptop?
I did.
It says, okay, yeah, we good. I'm just checking. It's on here now. Cool. All right, yeah, go. You right.
Hey, everybody. This is Big Keela with the Dope Podcast with my dope ass homegirl.
What's going on, y'all? It's Young Miss.
Today, we have a very dope, dope, dope.
Yeah. Oh, there I am.
Yes.
God damn.
Jonathan Does Comedy is here with us.
Hey, you know what? Thank y'all for having me here, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for being here, Jonathan. You are so cool. Thank you for your patience. We absolutely love you. We're going to get right into it. Jonathan, the first question we always ask when we come on is, what's dope this week? We already know what's dope this week is that you're here with us, but what happened dope for you this week?
You know what? I just got off a show yesterday, which was pretty
Okay.
dope.
Okay.
That
Brand
is
new
dope.
material.
That
Yeah,
is. That is dope.
Some applause for that.
Brand new
Super dope.
material, so that was dope. Get to talk about some things. Shout out the place I was at called the Fourth Wall in Los Angeles, the Fourth Wall
Okay.
Cafe.
Fourth wall, okay.
Okay.
Cafe. So it was dope to be there and just to hit the stage again, be in the room with another bunch of great comedians and doing my thing.
Yeah, that's dope.
All right.
Yeah, for those who didn't know, he's a comedian. So can you tell us how long you've been doing comedy and a little bit of background about?
Yeah. So comedy itself is going on almost 2 years this December.
Okay.
Background
Okay.
was it was something I was always interested in doing, and I guess when the pandemic occurred, honestly, I got out of a 5-year relationship. I created a bucket list. Comedy was on that list, and here we are.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I guess
That's awesome. You gotta love
So
your
shout
bucket
out to
list.
my ex.
Hey, shout out.
Break
shout
my
out to
heart,
his
start a new
ex.
career. Break my heart, start a new career. What can I tell
It be
you?
like that sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes that's what you need. You just need a little heartbreak.
Okay, so speaking of relationships,
I knew this was coming.
Oh,
you
snaps.
did. That's why we here,
All right.
right?
Yeah, that's
So
right.
everybody knows Jonathan Does Comedy from Jonathan Does Comedy's viral video,
Viral video.
right?
Yeah, the one thing that will never go away, I guess.
It
It's
won't.
on the internet
on the
forever.
internet.
Forever. That's what we were talking about. Like, that's never going anywhere.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
I was hoping to go viral for comedy, not for being transparent and living a real life
Okay.
situation.
It's going. It's
I
that's
mean,
coming next.
Yeah, miss.
Anyway,
Hey, I would take that. Yup.
it's coming next.
Now that y'all know I'm transparent, guess what? I got jokes too.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's an interesting thing, man. So just to give it kind of a little bit of a background of that story, what it was is I was on a dating app. I matched with a woman. You read a lot of these dating profiles being a single person in LA. People say, oh, you shouldn't have been talking to that girl for 2 weeks. LA, you busy people. It's hard to connect sometimes and make
Yeah.
schedules and plan things out. So when you do plan something out, I believe in you putting the person first. You putting the best effort in. I'm old school, so I bring flowers despite what the internet says.
What,
know,
did,
what
see,
the
what did the
internet
internet
say?
say? Yeah, because flowers, that's
That you would think
That's
that's the thing,
standard,
right?
ain't it?
You
Supposed to
think it's
do.
standard, right? That's what they say on their dating apps. Like, I want a man that plans things, who's consistent, who brings
Right.
flowers. I learned that red roses are actually red flags.
oh,
For a lot of
snap.
so
women.
where you learn that?
The internet and the comments, next to being king of the simps, is what I learned.
Oh,
Whoa.
King of the Sims.
Whoa.
Mm,
It's a crown that apparently I have to wear for a while.
You ain't gotta wear
that's
shit.
fine. Oh,
You
my
ain't gotta
bad.
wear
I'm like,
shit.
This is the difference in personality, y'all.
no, for
It
real.
is.
Right.
I'm like, that's cool.
I mean,
It's-
if you want to, but I don't
I
think you have
definitely-
to wear that.
I definitely don't want to wear it. I
Okay.
would love to be known as just the comedian who happened to have this situation go on. So it's interesting in that.
You had a bad day, right?
It's
I
like
had no date. She didn't even show up. Didn't call.
She ain't called.
Let me tell you how bad this
She
was.
tripping.
All right, tell
Let
me.
me explain how bad the situation
me.
was. Besides the viral video,
okay.
Correct.
when the bouncer's like, "Bro, I gotta buy you a drink," it's not a
Oh,
good night.
yeah.
Low-key.
When the
I mean,
waitress
a
is like,
free
"Your
drink,
meal's on
though.
me," because you sitting here sad, and how at that point you just like, let me just throw in the towel.
And you know what? On our episode, because that's how we connected, because we were talking about your situation on
Man,
I
I
think
got
it
heat
was
for
episode
that.
7. Yeah. And I think I said that. I
Whatever.
was like, hey, I get stood up. You know, you're going to get a free drink and a dinner from the staff off top. So,
That's the thing. And what it is, because I guess that video was brought to you guys' attention,
yes.
and it was something.
Yeah.
I had a lot of questions. I saw, it's weird to wake up one day and you kind of like go to social media, you go on the internet,
Right.
and you find your name in everything.
Yeah.
Word.
That has to be lovely though. Like I'm an artist. I would love
So,
that.
yeah,
I just want to wake up like what?
just have a bad situations that you can survive from real quick, and you'll go viral real quick.
Okay.
On some
Everybody will mess
bullshit,
with you.
though.
Yeah, it's gonna take a sacrifice to get there. Huh? That's
Oh,
crazy.
now you're talking about some stuff we can't talk about live.
Oh man.
Sacrifice. You don't
I
use
didn't
the
say-
wrong
I
word.
didn't say a blood sacrifice.
Let's stop there.
Right, right.
We don't want that meeting.
No, I don't know. What I wanted to look, I want to ask you, Jonathan, for
Yeah.
real. Like, how did you hear about us?
All right. So what happened was is basically I'm surfing the internet and people are sending me articles and YouTube videos all
Okay.
the time. So I go on YouTube and I'm trying to go to my channel. So I type in things. I
Right.
decided I got curious. Let me type in my name to see what kind of videos come up. And y'all podcast, the short of the clip of that video came up. It was one of your co-hosts that was with you talking about it. She mentioned my name.
Yeah.
And she, that clip had
Yeah.
you laughing for what seemed like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and that's why she got a demerit. Oh, that's the what's a demerit button?
Yeah, exactly.
I
Because it
get a
shouldn't have been
demerit too.
exactly. Because it shouldn't have been a demerit. As you can see, Jonathan has a sense of humor like myself.
Facts,
Right?
and he is here with us
but what
today.
did you think? You
I
thought
had questions. I was like, what was so funny about CP?
What's
It wasn't like I fell down in front of you.
no, I wasn't laughing at CP. I'm laughing because Charmin Elise, you know what I'm saying? She
Shout out to Charmin Elise.
shout out, we love you. But she brought it to the podcast because we have a segment called "What's Bothering You," and
Right.
it was bothering her.
Yeah.
but
Bless
we
her
was-
heart.
Stood up. Bless her heart.
That's what I said. But
Yeah.
the thing is like we always goofy around here, right?
Right.
And it immediately went down. And
She
took
was
me.
very serious.
It
about
was like
I could see the tone in her voice when it was like, there's a viral video out there and a comedian by the name of Jonathan Ventura. I was
right.
like, this guy's serious real quick. And you know what? Shout out to her because I did actually. All right, so TikTok, Instagram has all these things where people are adding your video or they're mentioning you.
Yeah.
And she was one of the videos that was mentioned. I stopped to watch it because,
Yeah.
That's what's
for
up.
some time period, you're gonna try to see what's going on, see what people have to say, and how they're
Right.
reflecting. So I watched the video, and that's where it was when I put two and two together. I went to your YouTube channel, saw you guys' video, saw her face, and was like, "Why do I remember her face?" Because I have
she
a really
already
good
made that
memory.
video.
She already
Yeah.
made the video.
Shout out Charmin Elise.
Shout out Charmin Elise.
Love
Much love
you.
to you for that. That was something I saw, and I was like, "Wow, okay." And it was just like I was like. You could definitely tell there's three different personalities in this room when it was
Yeah.
her. She was more of the serious type. Like, I want to tell you this story I saw on the internet.
Yeah.
You're more or less like, I don't know what to say about this
I
situation.
know. I
And
was
she back here just dying her ass off.
I'm dying
But
because
she had already asked her was she about to start laughing before everything started too. So she just
was a lot for
goofy,
me.
like, and that was
Damn.
It was a lot for you. Imagine me. Imagine me.
saying that Jonathan does comedy, right? I know you had a sense of humor about it and everything.
Yeah, we appreciate
but
that.
I do, right? Because they was on me like, why you laughing at that? I'm like, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at my homegirl serious ass, right?
Real serious.
Because I asked her immediately, like, once I calm down, you know what I'm saying, wipe my tears. I
20
was
minutes
How
later.
you? Wait.
crying.
There was laughter, but how the hell you had tears? It wasn't even
Crying.
tears for the.
I was
It wasn't.
crying
wasn't
laughing.
This is some shit, y'all.
Because it was funny as hell to me that this motherfucker was so invested, right? So then I come back and I'm like, okay, well, bitch, can he holler? You want a date? You see what I'm saying? And then she immediately was like, oh well, no. And so I want to ask you, like for real, like. How has that been like after the video? Like, have you been people been
Right.
throwing pussy at you or
Ah,
Should have pressed.
should have pressed that a little earlier, right?
right?
When she said throwing, it should have been like, baby.
I wasn't ready
Uh,
for that next time.
No,
Very.
nobody. We are not ready.
Whatever.
Let me just say this in the most best way to put this. There has been a lot of attention,
There-
a lot
Okay.
of conversations and DMs.
Yeah.
But with going viral, it's a tricky situation because people think you're bigger than what you are.
Okay.
I run into people every day and they find out who I am and they're like, "Oh, damn, you're a celebrity." I'm not a celebrity. I'm a humble person. I'm a man who's trying to be a comedian
right.
who really wants to make the world laugh. There have been a lot of women who've brought their attention to me in one form or another.
Yes.
It's funny because I still have I don't know how this is, and this is not a joke. I'm dead ass serious. There's a woman who calls me every day from Instagram. I don't answer.
Whoa.
She in love?
She's been trying to DM me for a while, talking about
Did you research her?
what I figured out is she's not in California like she says she is.
Okay, well,
Okay.
The one time I
You
did
can't
click,
always trust
let me tell you this
anyone.
though. The one time I did click on this shit, in the background, it was not her face, but it was a giraffe.
whoa.
So I was kind of curious to whether she
Wait,
was at
wait,
a
wait.
zoo or whether we were talking to somebody,
A real giraffe?
a real giraffe. I said, wait a
Oh
minute,
no.
Oh
where did this
man.
giraffe come
No,
from?
you can
Like,
block these
I,
images,
She
right?
was in Kenya.
probably trying to get that 90 Day Fiance. Talking about Jonathan,
Oh
we
yeah.
need to meet.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
She
Look,
just
I just
looking. She looking for a license. You got to watch out.
green card and
Oh
just be getting
god.
married.
Yeah, bless her heart.
Doing that coming to America thing
Oh
backwards.
yeah. She was looking for the quick
Prince
way.
Akeem shit. I ain't no
That's
prince, so
Right,
we can't
right.
do
I'm sorry.
that. So all right. To answer the question, my dating
Okay.
life is kind of the same. To be honest with you,
Okay.
I'm still kind of I'm single. I think I'm taking a little step back because it's just a lot of attention. You never know
Yeah.
what people have real intentions for you.
Yeah. Are they
and
being
who are
real? Are they being
who are
fake?
really trying to chase some clout and some fame for themselves.
Yeah.
So I take a step back and I'm just really cautious. I may say, thank you for the kind words or the support or whatever.
Yeah.
And right now I'm more focused on just really getting my career off the ground.
I
Trying
hear
to step
that.
away from being a viral, sensation in that sense and coming into being a comedian and making the world laugh is what I set out to do.
Yeah. I saw some of your comedy on your page. You funny.
We put up
Excuse my
some. We
voice.
put up how and I know you. We talked a little bit, right? But I want you to tell the story like you kind of started with us, telling us how you like pushed that button and like, okay, now I'm gonna be a comedian. Like now I'm gonna press forward. Like everybody like think they can
I,
do something. When did you
yeah.
know like, all right, I'm about to?
So I just, before this, I was in a relationship with somebody. It was a long distance relationship, and things ended because of COVID. And people get sad after leaving relationships. I was with that person
Oh
for
my
5 years.
Please don't.
I thought she was gonna. I'm not gonna cry. I was.
It's okay.
No, no, no.
She just
I
might
wasn't.
She might be like 5 years. Ah, you can put a ring on it after 5 years.
No, no, no.
man.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
But no, as I'm saying. So it was, things ended because of COVID. It was a
Okay.
situation where it was just
sorry.
she didn't see a future in it. And instead of just saying like I'm gonna get drunk or I'm gonna get messed up or I'm gonna be on some F boy shit, because I don't
Okay.
respect the channel, I said let me make a bucket list of things I want to do: indoor skydiving, stand up comedy, all the things that would be out of my character to do. I tried to do or I did them. And mind you, my family's sitting back like, is this man having a midlife crisis?
Right.
It's like that.
Is he okay? Like what? He dying? Like why is he
No.
doing these new
Like,
things?
Right.
Comedy.
And I'm trying to just expand my palette. I figured if you lose somebody or they walk away from you, you're gonna feel some type of way about it. And what you gotta do is you gotta come to the realization at some point to say thank you, because they exit your life in order to have someone else come into your life, the right person.
Move,
Talk
get
to
some
'em.
space.
That's the first thing.
Opening
This-
up space.
The second thing is you have to, in order for me to rebuild myself, because it is, you come from a breakup or you come out of a relationship and it's bad for you. I said to myself, if I do these things, I'm gonna have more things to talk about. I'm gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be different than the next
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Because there's always gonna be somebody taller, faster, smarter, or whatever, funnier even.
for sure.
So if you build these things that are what you dream on building in your life and what you want in your life, you're gonna be a better person for it. And when you go on those first dates and you start talking about your character and who you are, people can see you move differently because you do generally move differently.
Yeah.
Especially after something like that, you grow
Yeah.
or stay stuck.
Who knows? Are you pounding for the last person singing old Neo songs from
Not
50 years ago?
Neo.
Talking
Not
about,
Neo.
I'm telling you, the first album. Tell me y'all wasn't in your feels when y'all.
You know
Hey.
what? I don't even remember listening to a Neo album. I'm sorry, Neo, if you watching.
Neo, I remember listening to.
I
your
like
album.
Neo though.
Yeah,
I like Neo. I
yeah,
don't want him to
yeah.
take his hat off. a
Yeah.
lot, though.
That's what he has to do because it get hot. It's hot out here. He probably would take off his hat.
Oh
You
God.
ain't
He
seen
can't wear no suit.
He
Not
just hit
out
one
here.
of these real quick.
It's not that
Take it off.
it's not that champagne life. It's that sweat life.
Oh,
Well,
God.
yeah, we out here. Thank you for traveling.
Yeah,
We
thank
love
you for coming out here. Chewy Merino Valley. Shout out to No Pressure Records, Sam McDuff.
Man,
Yes, it's a nice setup. I've done, I've been in rooms where I've tried to be with a different setups, and not a lot of them are as nice as this. Y'all might be doing it from here, but it's a good thing y'all doing.
Oh yeah,
Appreciate that.
It's a blessing to be able to be
Yeah,
here.
we
this is
appreciate that.
episode 9, the Dope Podcast. We live too. We live on our IG.
this our first
We
time
live
going
on
live.
YouTube.
We excited.
I see.
They had to figure out how to press the button, y'all.
Yeah.
You didn't have to expose game like that, Jonathan, but that's all right. Appreciate that shit.
Oh, you thought I was gonna let that laughter just go for 30
yeah,
minutes?
I already
Oh,
knew.
Oh,
You
get
knew
on her.
you
Get
was
on
gonna.
her.
I ain't tripping. I'm ready. Ready.
Oh, shit.
But if you guys do have some questions, Send them to the chat. We
Yes, drop
ready.
them in the chat. When I get a second, I'm gonna share a little bit.
What you got?
What you want to share in the chat? What do you want to talk
I
about?
got a
I'm gonna
question.
share it to our
Yeah, I'm
peoples.
here to
I
answer.
got some questions though.
Let's go. Let's go.
Um, I know you talked about like your last relationship and things like that, right? So when I was researching you, I saw a lot of the skits you were doing.
Hmm.
Is that something that you're like leaning towards, like as far as like sketch comedy, like what?
Not necessarily sketch comedy. I think that you guys are content creators, so you guys have to understand this. You always have to constantly redo yourself, outdo
Agreed.
yourself than last
Agreed.
time.
All the
I think
time.
there's so many times you can post, your stand up, post your shows, and people will go, "Oh, I heard that joke before. Or he done it before. It's not as funny." I think when it comes to doing comedy, doing skits, it shows that you're a versatile kind of individual, entertainer, and you're funny on different platforms. So
Agreed.
there's a lot of people who are on YouTube who do YouTube skits are funny, but they're not funny stand up. I'd be
Right.
fortunate to know that I'm funny in both avenues.
And that's a
And
blessing.
So
for
that's
that,
you stretching yourself.
stretching myself out and showing people, there's more facets to just a guy who got stood up. There's more facets to just a stand up comedian. He
Right.
can do a little acting comedy. And, for that, it's a blessing. It all started with literally one or two shows. Fourth Wall was the first place I've ever performed.
Yeah.
Shout out to a comedian. Shout her out. She's also a funny comedian. If y'all haven't heard of her or seen her yet, Asia Chardonnay.
Okay.
Okay. Asia
reason-
Chardonnay.
Let me explain why I'm shouting her out. Beyond her being a funny comedian, being a beautiful woman of color, she put me on my first show.
Okay.
And when
That's
I
what's
started
up.
doing open mics and stand ups, I understand I'm a different kind of comedian. Not everybody's going to get my sense of humor. I may not fit in every room. But when she asked me to be part of her first show and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm doing a show. I'd love to have you on." I was like, "Oh fuck, I made it." It's like I
Right.
got a show now. Like
Right.
somebody wants me on the show. They want me to be on the stage
Right.
with other people.
Right.
So shout out to her for just believing in me in that way.
Yeah,
Shout out Asia.
definitely.
For her doing that definitely. So that's a big thing for me. And I know you talked about the sketches, and I'm gonna explain this one. And I gotta say this to be honest. There's a one particular sketch where I'm dressed up as a teddy bear.
Just I saw that.
It's called Teddy.
Yep.
And there's an amazing actress and comedian that happened to have done that sketch with me. To give you the background on the sketch, it was mocking online dating and
Okay.
showing
Okay.
up. And her name is Katie Blunt.
Shout out to Katie
So
Blunt.
Katie Blunt. She's out here, L.A. and New York, so she's a bi-coastal comedian, very funny in her own right. And the reason why I bring it up, and I gotta put this out there, is because it's gonna talk about different comedians, different races. I work with a lot of different comedians of all different races, and I think that one thing I noticed is that a lot of people are like, "Whoa!" They go to this particular sketch, and go, "Wait, does he not rock with the community?"
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a question. I know we didn't put it on the list, but I want to just address it.
Oh
to you.
yeah, yeah.
We can be transparent and
Yeah,
real.
we can
Yeah,
talk
we
about
wide
whatever you
open.
I
want.
rock with everybody who's funny. And I
Okay.
think that when it came to creating this sketch and putting this out there weren't a lot of female comedians out in the circle willing to
Lining up.
lining up
Right.
to stand next to a guy dressed up as a giant teddy bear.
Right. Katie was with it.
Katie was with it. She's like, "I know this is crazy. You seem a little crazy, but this is gonna be funny." And we did that. And I love her for it. I have the utmost respect for her. Like when it comes to people starting, when I came out and started doing comedy, she's literally one of my day ones.
That's what's up. Shout out to the
It's
day
rocking.
ones.
It's day ones, and the day ones are always important because they will always keep you humble, keep you straight
Yep.
That part.
on the things you do.
They were like, just so everybody understand that backstory though, because Katie's blonde and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Katie's blonde hair, blue. I don't know if her eyes.
Yeah,
I think they're beautiful green eyes.
Right, green,
I've looked
but
into
she's
them. I've looked into them a couple of times.
Did you?
Oh snap.
Because let me explain this. You look into someone's eyes while you're doing acting. You have to look them dead in the face so you get your
Right.
cues.
Okay.
All right. So, but we are good friends. There's nothing romantically involved with us. We're just two comedians who want to create content and be known for how funny we are.
Right.
I did a music video with my homegirl, the white homegirl. Shout out Brittany.
Bree,
You feel me?
Brittany.
And I had the same thing. People was like,
Wait a
couldn't
minute,
get,
like-
couldn't get it.
like,
Nubian
yeah.
sister.
Like the comments on the internet were like, "Wait a minute, do you not mess with black women?" I'm like, let me let y'all know this clearly, but I mess with all of them.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
If there's one thing I've learned from this whole experience, it's to take after Nick Cannon. Just meet as many women as you possibly
There you
can.
go. 10 baby mamas.
As many as you possibly. I'm not ready to commit to
And
the baby
counting.
mama situation, but I
Okay.
am ready to commit to any woman that is beautiful enough that's on the same mind level of success and wanting to do their thing.
Shout out to the ladies.
Definitely shout out to the ladies.
Okay, so put it out there, Jonathan. What are you looking for? Like, what's your type? You got what you looking for?
Somebody who's going to be intelligent, somebody who's going to hold me down, have a career of their own.
Yeah.
I can't, I can't say that I traditionally want to have just a person that's going to be a housewife. Because at the end of the day, anything can happen in a relationship, and you got to know
Agree.
that your partner literally has your back.
Yep.
They can pick up what you drop down,
In California for sure.
for sure.
You gotta have two incomes.
You have to have. If you do have one income, then you got to be smart about how you move with that one
Yep.
income, and you
Right.
got to be prepared for the
Yep.
time that maybe something might happen to the individual who's that one income, and you may have to pick up and do what you got to do.
Yep,
Never
gotta
leave
hustle.
yourself unprepared for anything.
That's
Facts.
for sure.
Yeah, I heard him. It's
Do
facts for
you?
sure.
One of the questions I had is, do you regret going viral?
Regret going viral? No, I don't regret going viral. If you were to ask me, did I know how big it was going to be? No idea.
Yeah.
Like, I literally thought, okay, I gone viral. Maybe a couple thousand people would say this.
Right.
Yeah.
And at the time when I legit asked that question, like, ladies, what did I do wrong? I'm legitimately looking for my person. I've been out of the dating game for well over maybe 2 to 3 years,
Okay.
and being single for that time, like just trying to, everyone says go to therapy, heal yourself. I took that time to heal myself before I got back in the dating game.
Right.
And when I was, coming up in the dating game, you bring flowers, you show up to a date, you plan things,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you take
What
that
you supposed
initiative.
to do.
And to learn from the internet that that's no longer a thing, that
Like that make you a simp?
Can't
it makes you a
always
sip.
They
It was,
playing.
trust the
it was,
internet.
It's
you
just the
can't trust
internet.
the internet. You can't.
You
but
can't.
Yeah,
That's
when it's-
just
that's for
the
the young-
internet. They
the young
talking
people.
shit
They-
because if somebody don't do that for them, then that would be a damn problem. They lying.
Exactly.
They just using
And
this
as,
to,
as a thing, as a jump off. And it was the thing that I took from that was like, oh man, I asked this legit question, it went viral. I couldn't even fathomly explain like, hey, this is something I was prepared for because I was not.
right.
And there's people out there that said stupid comments like, oh, he just did this to build his Instagram. Not once have I ever really said anyone,
Yeah,
I'm-
come
and-
follow me because I got stood up.
the thing was, I'm surprised and then grateful for all the love and support, the DMs,
Right.
the followers
Cool.
who found me and rock with me. I'm still surprised and supportive of the love they're showing me now.
Yeah.
When it's not like a dating situation, when it's just regular comments and people are like, hey, we're rocking with you. Because there's a lot of negative out there.
Yeah. The
I've-
internet is crazy.
I've gotten a hate DM once that was like the person didn't even have a real page, and their whole thing was like, "You're exactly what I'm not supposed to be as a man. You should kill yourself. You should do X, Y, and Z."
Wow.
And it's dark, and you sit back, and in my head, because I have a sense of humor, I'm a better person. I'm like, damn, I made it. If this much hate is out here,
Oh God.
For
I
real.
made it. And
For
at the
real.
same time, if you're not a stronger person or somebody with a stronger mind, you can be like, you're gonna let that hit you, and you can be like, damn, did I really make the right decision?
Yeah.
Looking back from it now, I don't know how I'm gonna ever explain it to my future kids that this is what made me famous.
Right.
I can't explain that to
Right.
my nephews and nieces are a
real
little
with 'em.
confused.
Yeah.
They're like, my niece
They're
is
like, "What
like
happened?"
11 years old. Shout out to Haley, and she goes,
Oh, Haley.
she sees the Nick Cannon interview, and they play the video, and she's like, Theo, were you crying on the internet? My dad says that's not a good look.
Oh, not a good look.
I said, where did you learn this shit?
Right. I'm like, wait a minute.
She's
I
like,
said-
why are you crying? I said, sometimes when you're strong
Mm-hmm.
and you go through
Right.
situations, emotions take the best of you. But your Theo's still a funny person, still gonna get up every day and do what he's got to do, and
Yeah.
hopefully we have an inside joke that I tell her. I'm trying to find your fun aunt.
Right.
If this
There we
helps me
go.
find your fun aunt,
Right.
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna do.
Right.
Yeah, we got a comment from Amina H who says Jonathan is amazing, great guy. So we want to give her a shout out. She's showing you
Amina
love.
H. Yes, that's definitely a lot of love for her to show me. I appreciate that, Amina. Thank you for that.
Yeah, much love, Amina.
Thank you.
Amina's not the one with the giraffe in the background, right?
She's not, as far as I know, she's not the one with the draft in background. No,
Make sure she ain't got nothing in the background.
she's just probably at home, just hearing the story on the YouTube and just supporting, and that's what we need in this day and age.
Yeah.
Not too many people actually are really supporting one another.
Or have empathy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right?
They're ready to write it off like, oh, this man was too emotional. He shed some tears, and this is
There-
never gonna get him a date.
Online dating is hard. Like,
It is, because you don't know who's gonna show up to this shit.
yeah,
That's for
back in my
sure.
single days, I was online looking for dates. I was single, like, man, I'm looking for the right one. Luckily, I found my wife online, so I'm like,
Was it Christian Mingles?
it wasn't Christian.
Because
Mingle.
I had tried Christian Mingles. They didn't work out for me. The woman still wasn't divorced.
Oh no!
Wow. Wow.
Yikes.
Bless her heart.
Sneak peek in the. She gets a demerit
Bless her heart.
for being on Christian mingle. She's not fully divorced. But I get it. Christians, we gotta.
They gotta find love too, you
Gotta
know.
find
Yeah.
love.
Love
too.
too.
Because I couldn't do, farmers only. Because I'm a city boy, so I couldn't get on that one.
Oh,
No,
not
you don't want
farmers
to know
only.
because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Not at
Around
all.
and get
And
whipped.
they're gonna ask me to milk a cow, and I'm gonna have some
Right.
confusion.
Not them
Like-
type of titties. No, I'm sorry.
There is you're not gonna be able to edit out of this.
Nah.
And I'm trying my best to be on my best behavior, not to cuss.
No, say what you gotta say.
Not that you have to cuss, but I definitely I need you to be Jonathan.
No, I'm definitely Jonathan.
You know
The
what
word
I
she
mean?
was looking for, ladies and gentlemen, was breast.
I was
just
gonna
said
say
titties.
titty.
She said
Oh.
titties.
I got titties. I can say titty. You
There you
gotta
go.
say breast. You ain't
Oh.
got no titties. But that's all right. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Titty alert.
Titty alert.
What else was we gonna?
You got
Jonathan,
yeah.
I lost my train of thought.
What do you have coming up next?
Yes.
What do I have coming up next? I'm excited for the new year. I know you guys are thinking it's October. How the fuck are you excited for the new year?
I
No,
am.
I'm.
No,
There
that's
is,
good.
I'm dropping a project hopefully which will be coming out either March or April.
Okay.
It'll be
Looking forward.
an hour special.
Really?
Yeah, it's not going to be a solo hour special, so I'm trying to bring on a group of other comedians I know to drop a
Cool.
special that we're going to be filming live, or we're filming live special that'll hopefully be on my YouTube channel and shared on
Let us
social
know.
Okay,
We want to
yeah.
support any way we can,
See,
Jonathan.
definitely. That's the biggest
We
project
folk.
I'm looking forward to. And, hey, Netflix, if y'all are watching,
All
I'm
right.
still available to do guest spots on shows.
Let's
Right?
go, Netflix.
I'm still doing the campaign to play the Blue Lantern. Y'all haven't done an iteration of that movie,
Wow.
DC.
Not
Yeah, so what it was as a comedian, when I got in this
See
genre,
the shirt.
yeah,
I
so
just saw it.
I'm a
Oh,
huge
nice.
superhero fan.
Yep.
Originally a huge Superman
I like
fan.
Marvel.
My kids are too. Yeah.
X-Men.
We're gonna
Star.
stop talking at this point.
Oh,
I'm playing with you.
DC?
Whoa.
That's
DC all the way.
Whoa,
it's like
DC
Demerit.
animation.
Give Jonathan a demerit. Give
Get the
Jonathan
demerit.
a demerit.
America.
Jonathan got a demerit.
DC.
Live.
DC live on the
Got a
show.
live demerit.
Here's the thing. I just thought to myself, being the comedian I am, being the person who has cerebral palsy. When I started comedy, I never thought that cerebral palsy would be the focus of it. But when you meet people from shows who come out and be like, "Hey, my kid has cerebral palsy," or they
Right.
have cerebral palsy, and they look at you as someone who's kind of maybe an inspiration to them, or you're just even representation in the industry that they see, because they don't
Right.
think of it this way: how many disabled people do you see in the entertainment industry?
Represented, correct.
I'm
Or
represented.
representing a thing or
You,
being
you'll,
represented.
you'll get a lot of actors who will play disabled characters who are not really disabled.
Correct.
And to have people come to you after a show and say, "Hey, man, your jokes are funny. You're a funny comedian. You talk about both what people can relate to and what it is to be a person with disability." And they go, "You inspire me." And I'm not trying to do that. I'm just a guy who likes to tell
Yeah,
jokes and
just
drink
Right.
every once in a while. I didn't think I was doing that,
Yeah,
but
Jonathan did
And-
take a shot
and-
with us.
I did. I
See,
posted.
those-
I actually
those
posted that on my
business-
Did we
Instagram.
post
Okay,
it?
okay,
yeah.
I posted it on my Instagram so that people
the
look,
dope cup.
the dope cup took a shot with him because I'm here on the show.
Yeah.
When in Rome, when in Rome, you do as you do.
You gotta take a shot if you want to.
That honestly, if you're doing a podcast, you have to have a shot. If you're not gonna have a shot, you have a cup of coffee. But all they had was shots, so I had to do what I had to do, y'all.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because looking in this area, there's not a Starbucks within walking distance. So shots were the best next thing.
There you go.
No, but as I
Come
said,
on,
I'm
Ed.
shooting to do hopefully play a DC character. Blue
Really?
Lantern is what I'm looking to do because it's not a really well-known character,
Right.
and I want to be the first actor with a physical disability to play a superhero. I know it's going to get a lot of flack, but think about it this way: if you were to look at the movie or see it or hear someone of my caliber do it, something like that,
Yep.
yeah, I think that's going to be changing the game for most networks, right?
That's what we're
Yeah.
trying to do.
And we support you in whatever you do. I know you say you have cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
And I don't think Keela was laughing at the fact that you had
Touch
that.
my
I-
shoulder for that shit.
She's trying to give you that sympathetic, like
I know.
Jesus
That's
knows
what
your
both
heart
of
real
y'all
quick.
done. Look,
I'm
Jesus
trying to
know
help
my
you
heart.
out.
I was laughing at Elise bringing that shit up like
Yeah.
we had to donate.
I mean,
like she was in charge
what
of the
do you-
fucking foundation.
What you trying to say? This is a Make-A-Wish project? Like, hey, let's just put a $5 in this.
That's what it seemed. You know how they be like 64 cents
Maybe it's because
get you straight a day.
this is not a Feed the Children project. This is
Correct.
not.
And that's what made
You know
it
what? But you
hilarious.
got to say it this way, though. She probably just had a kind heart. And just like a lot of people who spoke out on the internet, they felt a certain type of way,
Correct. I got a kind heart, Jonathan.
It's just hidden with the laughter. that you
Yes,
put
covered
through.
in laughter.
Wow.
You have You have the heart of a child. That's why you couldn't stop
Yeah,
laughing.
correct. I am goofy. I am goofy, but that yeah, it just took, you know,
Yeah,
whatevs.
it is.
I was being, you know,
She was
whatevs.
being her.
Yeah, and you can't fault people for being their
You're
authentic
not
self.
okay,
I'm not.
Jonathan.
You
Yes,
have a
please.
doper done for him, or
Yeah, I do. I do have a doper dump. And this is, but wait, I
oh
wanted
no
to
no no,
ask
do your
one more
thing, do your
question
thing. No
though.
no no,
I
it's no
do want to
rush.
ask one more question because I am super interested and we will support you all the way.
Oh yeah.
I know you were talking about you wanted to, I mean, that you are going to be doing like venturing out into podcasting or
Hmm.
so
Oh
we
yeah.
wanted to hear about that because we want our followers to know so that we can be in support of you, but we can't wait because I already know you're
It's a
such a cool guy.
Yeah, it's a project that I'm working on right now to basically, it's as ironic as it sounds, talk about dating, relationships, and life.
Mm-hmm.
I have a co-host that we're working on putting things on the works too, and we're gonna have a rotating guest co-host that will join us every day on every episode to talk about topics.
Cool.
And
Okay.
if y'all are willing to come down to LA and
Yes,
do a guest
please.
We
co-host
on
guest
the
spot with us, I'd be
yeah.
more than happy to have you on.
Yeah, we would
It's a
love to.
date. And we
Just
gonna
let us
bring some
know.
But
Reese's Pieces.
here's the thing though, y'all say it's a date. I'm a little triggered by that. Cause I hope y'all
Ah.
show up.
John,
You can't bring up the word date, man. Come on.
Jonathan play too
We
much.
wouldn't stand you up. We got
Jonathan
you.
play too much. Jonathan play too much. Jonathan, we are so glad that you are here. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for everything. This is a dope podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and one of our segments is dope or dumb.
Dope or
Right?
down.
Give it to me.
You ready? Your dope or dumb question is it dope or dumb? Do you think it's dope? I messed that up.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna press the demurrer button
Yeah,
if you
you
don't get
got
it
to
together.
go ahead.
God, to every
I don't even
episode.
care because I need to regroup.
Okay.
Shit.
Take it.
She's in her feelings right now, y'all.
No, let's give her the
What
heart.
else? Okay, you go, young. Let me
What
get
you
mine.
mean? You got the dope or down question for him?
We gonna
Well,
ask-
shoot, I do. I just want to say, I throw shows, so it would be an honor to have you come out. If we can talk about it. When we
Yeah,
get
let
off
me
camera,
know.
but
We can
shout
talk
out-
about it on live on camera. We can be transparent. You
Yeah.
saying next Wednesday? You
No, I'll let you know I'm in the works. I try and throw at least 1 to 2 shows a month. It would
Okay.
be dope to bring you out.
That would
I
be
like to bring out
fantastic.
the comedian friends I have. Shout out to Andy Boy, who's down the street. That's the comedian homeboy. But it would be dope to have.
But I realized that we have a mutual friend in the comedy world, Young Baka.
Shout out to Young Baka. He's a
Young
promoter.